My name is Dean Yates. I've got a message for all journalists to mark World Mental Health Day, which falls on October 10. It's this tattoo. This is the Mental Health Teal Awareness Ribbon. I want journalists to take their mental health as seriously as they would their physical safety in a war zone. I was a journalist for the Reuters News Service for 23 years. I covered some pretty traumatic stories in my time. The Bali bombings, the Boxing Day tsunami in Indonesia's Aceh province. I was also the Reuters bureau chief in Iraq at the height of the Iraq War. All of this caught up with me. In early 2016, I was diagnosed with post-traumatic stress disorder. Several months later, I became suicidal and was admitted to a psychiatric ward in Melbourne. I was readmitted to the same ward in 2017 and again in 2018. These days, I'm actually on top of my PTSD. I've got good control of my symptoms, and Reuters has made me its head of journalist, mental health and wellbeing strategy, a role that I get enormous meaning from. My message is for all journalists out there, whether you work in text, with pictures, television, graphics, online or data, and wherever you work. I really want to make clear that I see journalists, all journalists, under a lot of stress and a lot of pressure. And you don't have to be in a war zone to be feeling that sort of stress and pressure. We live in a 24/7 hyper-connected world. News is a 24/7 business. There's burnout, there's job cuts across the industry, there's social media abuse, and there is vicarious trauma. The dealing and working with distressing imagery that is very much a part of the world of journalism today. So I think it's really important not to compare your stress or trauma with someone else. I get journalists all the time say to me, I would never compare what I'm going through with what you're going through. But I say to them, look, when I was working, I would have preferred to work in Baghdad any day because, for example, I could never have handled the stress of covering financial markets or covering central banks. That sort of work there's no way I could have done that. I think the final thing I really want to say to you guys is that it's important that if you need help, to get help. There is no shame in seeking help. You have to look after yourself. And seeking help is actually, it's not weakness, it's strength. Thank you for listening.